Everyone, Tony Costa here from Trauma Apologetics. Glad that you could join us. Encourage you to subscribe to Trauma Apologetics if you have not done so already, to like the video and to share the video as well. You may have heard that Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world, and you usually hear Muslim apologists gloat that Islam is replacing Christianity. Well, Islam is growing, but the primary means by which it is growing is primarily through birth rates. Muslim families have more children than Western families. And so, obviously, if Muslim families are having 5 to 6 kids and Westerners are having on average 1.3, then just do the math. That will clearly show an increase in the population of our Muslim friends as opposed to non-Muslim Westerners. So what a lot of Muslims will not tell you when they say it's the fastest growing religion, not necessarily by conversion or reversion or proselytizing, it's primarily by birth rates. Now, what they're not telling you is that due to the advent of the internet and access to immediate access to sources and so forth, what they will not tell you is that many Muslims are actually leaving Islam. There is an apostasy from Islam. I'm going to share a brief clip here, and with a respected sheikh, and Muhammad Hijab is on this. It's from a TikTok video, and it's about a minute long. And we want to listen in. Mufti Menk tells Muhammad Hijab, Muslims are leaving Islam and converting to Christianity, and that mosques are empty in the West. So, excuse me, let me just try to get rid of this ad here. Let me just turn this back again here. Sorry about that, folks. Just bring it back here. So again, just to recall, Mufti Menk tells Muhammad Hijab, who is right here on the far left, that Muslims are leaving Islam. Of course, Muhammad Hijab will tell you that Islam is growing and there's all these people and Islam is going to replace Christianity and so forth. And I think this Imam here in the middle, I may be mistaken, but I think he's from Europe, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, let's listen in to what Mufti Menk is telling these Muslims here. Let's listen in.
As much as we say Islam is the fastest growing religion in the globe, because we chase the people away. So when you say people apostate, a lot of the time it's because of us chasing them away.
So one of the reasons that the Mufti here is saying is because we are chasing them away. Well, exactly what does that mean? We are chasing them away. Many Muslims tend to become radical because of the Imams or the Muftis. So is this an excuse as to why Muslims are leaving Islam? Because they don't want to admit that a lot of Muslims are perhaps disillusioned, or perhaps many of these Muslims are converting to Christianity, as we have seen, as I have personally seen as well. So let's listen in.
I want to tell you something that I've studied. Yes. It's the religion with a large number of defectors.
Did you catch that? It's the religion, Islam, with the largest number of defectors. Wow. That is quite an admission on the part of the Mufti here. It's a religion with the largest number of defectors. It's not Christianity. It's not Judaism. It's not Hinduism. It's not Buddhism. It's not Zoroastrianism. It's not Sikhism. It's Islam. That's quite an admission. So let's listen in.
Largest number of defectors. You know, I can tell you, from all others, those who are leaving Islam, and you don't even know, people are living in your home, and it's second, third generation in the Western world. They're not even Muslim.
So third, and of course, they just keep repeating words like, oh, Allah forgive us, et cetera, et cetera. Second, third generations, he's not pointing out, are not even Muslim. That is, kids who are born in Muslim families. They may have Muslim names, but they're not Muslims in practice.
It's very Muslim. They don't care about Islam, but their name is Muslim, and you think they're Muslim because they're in the situation. I did a little survey of Salatul Eid, and I found that 50% of the guys don't even go to Eid.
Oh, so Eid, of course, the Eid celebration at the end of Ramadan, for example, 50%. That's half. 50% of these Muslim men are not even going to the Eid celebration, the end of Ramadan, the holiest month in the Islamic calendar. That again, that is quite an admission, and it's not coming from Christians. It's coming from Imams and Sheiks. It's coming from someone as high as a Mufti, which again is a teacher, a highly regarded, respected teacher in Islam.
They don't even go to Eid. It's sad, and I'd like you to actually do it here in your part of the world. See what happens that you can arrange to show. If you have the masajid, check the capacity of the masajid and look at the number of Muslims you have. You're going to find even for Juma, you only have a third of the Muslims. For
Juma, so the Juma prayers has to do with the Friday prayers. So Muslims will have special prayers on Fridays. Friday has been sometimes referred to as the Muslim Sabbath. Why do they meet on Friday? Well, there's a hadith that says that Muhammad said the Jews took Saturday and Christians have Sundays, and so the Muslims would take Fridays. But Friday is the most important day of the week for Muslims. There's a lot of Islamic hadith talking about that. Friday is also the day of judgment will occur on a Friday and so forth. But the point here is that during the Juma prayers on Fridays, this mufti is saying that the mosques, there's only a third of Muslims attending. A third of Muslims are attending the Friday prayers. So this tells us, folks, that something is happening in the Islamic world as Muslim men and women start coming to the West. Of course, in Muslim countries, you're not allowed to look at anything critical of Islam. But in the West, where you have freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of expression, allegedly, thank God for those freedoms that our forefathers fought for, and of course, many of our soldiers died for in the Great Wars. Muslims today can now access information online. They can watch videos by ex-Muslims. They can look at Christian apologists like myself and others in the field of Islamic apologetics who challenge and enter into debate and dialogue, etc. So when they're starting to look at this evidence that they have access to in seconds, we're no longer in the days where you have to go to the library to photocopy books, to research. Now you could access academic journals, academic writings online in a matter of seconds. And so the truth, what did Jesus say? The truth will set you free. And when you have to hide, forbid people from thinking and criticizing, we've got a problem. If your religion prevents you from asking questions, if your religion threatens you, if you ask questions, or if you challenge certain ideas, if your religion does that, then you have to ask yourselves, why? What is it trying to hide? Because if it's true, we shouldn't be afraid to hide. If something is true, then the truth will take care of itself. The only reason why people hide is because they're trying to conceal certain things that are not true. The only people that conceal things are liars. And so what's going on in the Muslim world, I think, is this is a massive revolution that's going on. And so we thank God for free access to the gospel and information out there.
I'm talking the males who supposed to attend.
So all of that to say, folks, and again, this is just one short video clip. There's many others that are coming out and openly admitting that there's a major exodus of Muslims out of Islam, primarily men. I mean, women, because they're considered property and they're under the tutelage of their fathers and their brothers and so forth. And then when they get married, they're property of their husbands. It's much harder for women. And that's not to say there aren't women who are coming to Christ. There are, but it's harder for them to make the choice to leave, etc. Men are a lot more free in that respect. Women are not free in that respect. And so next time you hear people saying Islam is the fastest growing religion in the world, it is by birth rate, but it is bleeding. It is experiencing a massive exodus. And so the Titanic of Islam has hit the iceberg of truth and information. And they've already hit the iceberg, and it is sinking. Albeit slowly, it is slowly sinking. And it doesn't matter how you arrange the deck chairs on the Titanic. It doesn't matter how you rearrange the furniture. You're going down. The Titanic is going down. And I'm speaking about an ideology here. I'm not talking about people. We love people. We love Muslims. We love Muslims for Jesus Christ, for the gospel. Jesus taught us in Matthew 5:44 that we should love our very enemies, love those who persecute us, love those who insult us, and so on. Very, very different teaching. And so thanks again, folks, for joining in. Once again, we ask you to subscribe to Toronto Apologetics, like the video, share it, and we will see you next time, God willing. Thanks again, everybody. Bye for now.